6 hours at a time. Now, a common question, what's the difference between the alligator and the crocodile? There's actually a lot, but the easy answer, the gator has a more round, broad snout. Crocs have a narrow, pointy snout. Alligators are darker, crocs are lighter. There's actually a lot more, but the reason I'm telling you is because South Florida is the only place in the world where you guys actually have the choice of being eaten by an alligator or a crocodile. You're like barely excited, guys. Really, it's the only place in the world with both those animals native. Now, alligator wrestling is not like wrestling in a ring. I do not hurt, headlock, or body slam the alligator. It's actually techniques used by the native tribes of Florida. And one of the maneuvers they would use is holding the jaws of the alligator shut between your chin and your chest, allowing your hands to be free to take out a rope and then tie the jaws shut, which sounds like a horrible, dangerous idea, so I'm going to demonstrate it. Now, it does make a pretty cool looking photo, so I'll give you guys a thumbs up like this, or if it does go horribly wrong, get my arm ripped off and I'm bleeding everywhere, I'll give you a thumbs down, okay? Alright, don't worry, in that scenario, just switch your camera from photo to video. Alright, so come here, big guy. Easy, buddy. Relax.
Ta-da!
Sometimes people clap.
Nick Dundee.
And you guys, that clapping did not feel forced at all. Now, I know what you guys are probably wondering why isn't this alligator more aggressive? Why aren't all these other ones coming over to attack and eat me? How am I still alive? And why do you guys look so disappointed I'm still alive? Relax, big guy. Easy. Now, when they do first come in from the wild, they are extremely defensive, and he's literally going to try to kill me because he thinks I'm going to kill him and he's afraid of me. Now, once they learn we're not going to hurt him, we do an animal-friendly show, he's much more calm, relaxed, and as you can see, basically tolerates what I'm doing right now because he knows that I'm not going to hurt him. Now, they also know, very importantly, that if any of them come over here to mess with me, I just make that guy do the show instead. Yeah, well, I'm going there. My work day is normally 12 to 15 shows a day, so I work with every single alligator in here. That's why when you see me walking around, I step right next to them, they kind of keep their heads down. They're like, don't pick me, don't pick me! Now, does that mean that these alligators are tame and trained then? Is he my friend? Can I trust him? No! This is an alligator, and it's not a Labrador. There's no bond, there's no friendship, make no doubt about it. If I do trip and fall in there, my hand slips, I do something wrong, this alligator and every other alligator in here absolutely would rip my hand off, there's no doubt about it. And usually about once a day, as I'm walking around in here, I will get one of them come creeping up, and they will try to bite you if you're not paying attention. If you were surprised by this, let me remind you that this is an alligator. Alright, they do that. He's not my pet, he's not my friend. I love him, he doesn't love me. And yes, they do bite. In fact, this individual right here actually did bite my boss once before. Like, for real, that's not a joke or a punchline. But it is why he's my favorite. Who's a good boy? Alright, now I do have one last trick to show you guys, but before I do it, I do want to tell you a little bit about myself too, so you don't think I'm completely insane. I see the stairs out there. I actually have a bachelor's degree in finance and international business from a college in New York. Yep, doesn't make a lot of sense to me either. But for my entire college career, all I really wanted to do was get out of the Shark Tank and into the Gator Pit. Now, a phrase that I choose to live by is live your dreams and follow your passion. For my entire life, I've been passionate about reptiles, and especially alligators, and it's just been a dream of mine to be an alligator wrestler ever since I was a little kid. So I feel extremely fortunate to have been given this opportunity, and I encourage everybody out there to pursue your wildest dreams, because you never know, they might just come true. Now, that being said, the only way that I'm able to continue to do this job full-time is through the generous donations of the people in my audience, and it's you guys. Now, understand that I am a volunteer and not an employee of the park due to liability and insurance. Liability, alright? I think you can do the math on this one. It does tend to be a little bit dangerous. So with the end of the show, you like the show, you learn about alligators, and you like our alligator rescue, I do greatly appreciate anything that goes into my little tip jar down there. That is my life insurance policy. That's also how I make a living. And that's also what enables our alligator rescue to function and what allows us to continue to go out and rescue more of these beautiful and magnificent animals. Now the old 7 not fun part, alright? Do not attempt anything you've seen me doing here today. I know I might make it look pretty easy, pretty safe to be in a pit full of alligators and to handle one. But the reality is, one slip, one wrong move, you can lose life or limb. I feel very fortunate. I've had a lot of close calls, never had a bad accident, but I have a few friends who did. I had one friend get bit in the hand during the show, gave your death roll, snapped his arm like a twig. Another friend got bit in the upper arm during the show, gave your death roll, ripped the bicep muscle from the bone, ate the chunk of his arm during the show. Now that was obviously very serious. He almost died from blood loss, but I'm not saying this to be dramatic or to scare you guys. I just need you to understand the reality here. I tell a lot of jokes, and then people tend to forget this is a powerful apex predator that is of our utmost respect. Don't ever approach one, do not ever try this. But that being said, take a look around me. Alright? These are not aggressive animals. They're not going to come chasing after you. They're not going to hunt you down. They have been pretty cute. They pretty much just sleep all day. They're the laziest things on earth. But when people feed them, swim in their habitat, or trying to handle them like this, that's exactly if people get hurt or even killed. So don't do any of those 3 things and you'll be fine. You leave them alone and they'll leave you alone. Now on that note of positivity, let's go ahead to the most dangerous part of the show. What could possibly go wrong, right? So the last trick I have for you guys is called the face-off. It's called the face-off because if I mess it up, my face comes off. Yeah, you need a dark sense of humor. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to open up the jaws of the alligator. I'm going to set my chin on the edge of the open jaw, balancing the jaws over just my chin. If anything touches inside the mouth, boom, jaws swing shut. Immediately, these are reflex and nothing stops the jaws from closing. So do have to be very careful here. Alright, now one last piece of anatomy I want to point out quick. You guys see this fat roll coming down here? That's not fat, that's the jaw muscle. An alligator can eventually have over 50 pounds of muscle solely dedicated to slamming its jaw shut and then crushing anything that's in between them. So that puts this in perspective a little bit. So let's give this a shot. Relax, good guy. Calm down. Relax. Relax, pretty good. You guys having fun yet? I just see a lot of phones. Like, yeah, he's gonna die. Alright, now most of my show is a lot of bad jokes. I do want you guys to laugh, have a good time, learn about alligators. So this is one part of the show that is actually extremely dangerous. So before I do it, I want a little bit of motivation. You guys are enjoying the show, right? Yeah! I'm just checking. So nice and careful. Gets up and walks away. He doesn't turn around and come after me. There's no revenge, no hard feelings, unlike that. Shows rid of it all. And in fact, he's literally going to lay there and take a nap after all the hard work that he did. So what we're going to do for you guys now, if you didn't already, we're going to take your baby alligator photos or go on your boat ride. Now, if you guys did enjoy the show, you want to write a good review, again, my name is Kevin. If you did not like the show, my name is Bob. Got it? Got it. If you guys have any questions for me, I'll be standing strategically by my tip jar with the card reader, Venmo, and Cash App. You guys enjoy the show and have fun. Yeah. Hey, thank you, everybody. Have a great day, everyone. We're going to exit out right this way whenever you're ready.